I always mean to make these videos and then I don't. Then I've been thinking to myself, hey man, I'm on the road like a whole bunch with sales calls and all this other stuff, and I get to travel around and end up on weird country roads and off to factories and warehouses and all this nonsense. Anyways, for you guys, in marriage or in sales or in weightlifting or religion, it's all pretty much the same. So it all comes down to leadership, right? Your leadership in some capacity. And you could use the dirty word that YouTube doesn't like for leadership in your marriage is your patriarchy over your house. It's really leadership. So what it boils down to is all the tiny things that you need to do on a regular daily basis to lead your family, to lead yourself at work, to make the sales calls, to get to the gym, to do the basic lifting. You could get really strong doing just the basic lifting. That's all I do. I'm pretty strong. I'm in pretty good shape. All I do is the basic lifting for 26 years. Like, there's no magic special program that I use. There's no guru on the internet. There's no bunch of supplements that I take. There's none of that nonsense, man. Same thing with marriage. Like, just do the basics. Like, lead your family, check in with your wife. Like, not check in like, don't misconstrue what I'm saying, like checking in like, oh baby, but like, do the basics within your marriage. Like, give her the hug, like make sure she feels protected, make sure she feels taken care of. These guys out there that teach everything opposite than some of those like basic things are fucking out of their minds. Lead your wife, right? Lead her as a patriarch. That means you scheduling the dates, you planning the vacation, you okaying all these things in daily life. She's not asking for your advice on life decisions within your marriage, then you got a problem. Like, hey, I need to be included in this. You need to tell me what we're doing. There's a difference between delegating tasks and her being the leader in those tasks. When you let her be the leader in, say, even small tasks like that with like no oversight, either you're saying to her like, I fully trust you, which is good, and that's great if you have a trusty, capable wife, and I hope you do, but probably a lot of you guys don't, and you need some oversight with those decisions. So get in the habit of your wife asking you, like, hey, what's up? Like, what do you think about this? Or if she's not asking, tell her what you think about this. And don't give advice out of fear. So if you think she's going to get mad or she's going to be upset with you pushing back on a decision that she made that might be asinine, don't be scared of that. Just tell her exactly what the truth is anyway, in a deliverable, measurable amount. Like, you don't need to be like, you're stupid. Like that's not going to go anywhere. That's the worst thing that you guys could possibly do. You could lay it out and say, this is why, and ask me, and let's talk about it, and let's decide. Just those basic things. I think a lot of marriages fail, probably, guys, because then you guys are doing those basic things. Then you guys are actually leading. You're letting your wife do all of that stuff with pretty much no oversight. And if you do provide her oversight, she gets mad, and then you get scared, and then you grovel, and then you're like, hey baby, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. And like, it's the worst thing you could possibly do, and no wonder why she doesn't have any respect for you. So just doing the basics, right? And I'm not the best at the basics, but I could always tell If my wife is having trouble, and you could tell when they start to have a little bit of trouble, they disconnect, or they're emotional about something that they shouldn't be emotional about, that's a clear indication that something else is going on, and you're probably not leading. So instead of probing her and asking her a million questions, figure out, use your mind. God gave you a mind, and figure out what is going on. I mean, you could ask her too, but a lot of times it's apparent. Maybe it's a disruptive family relationship she has. Maybe it's trouble with the kids. Maybe it's trouble with her folks. Maybe it's trouble with your folks. It's most of that stuff is very, very apparent and very solvable if you take a few minutes and just do a quick evaluation, and then look at that evaluation on yourself. Like, say, hey man, where have I failed as the father, as the husband, as the patriarch to lead my wife? Where have I failed to lead this family? Because most of that stuff will get taken care of if you take ownership as head of the family and you lead it. That stuff all dissipates. That anger dissipates. And guys, sometimes women get emotional. Like, that's just part of life. One thing that has been I can't give you guys too much detail, but one thing that lots of women have is they have a kind of a natural flow through the month of their emotions tied to their monthly womanhood thing that goes on, right? So if she's tracking it or something along those lines, like, you guys can get insight into that real quick. There's sometimes that she feels insecure. There's sometimes, and then the stuff has nothing to do with you. You just level up security. There's some times where she's going to feel whatever, frisky, and it's all within the realm of that calendar. But you can't let her emotions control your emotions or your reaction. And it's hard to do that sometimes, but when you recognize that everything is within this cycle, then you could understand it better. And if you guys have wives that are using stupid things like the pill or whatever, that's going to throw everything off. So I don't have I do have advice I can give you guys on that, but it's not going to be as strong as the understanding of the ebbs and flows of her monthly cycles, and how that is within your marriage, and how that she governs the kids, and how you govern the family. Everything kind of sticks together. So just the basics, guys. The same thing with the gym. Just doing the basics, right? So basic exercises, and you just repeat the process. Marriage could be solved, a whole lot of basic exercises. Let's talk about other stuff. What else? The gym, just basic exercises. Your diet, like kind of what you intake, just do the basics, man. Balance it out appropriately, not this like 1950s balance outs where food pyramid. That's not going to work for you guys. You're just going to get fat and kind of look soft and pudgy and gross. Don't do all this machine stuff, any of it. So with the gym, it's just doing the basics, right? Deadlifts, presses, pushes, like all that stuff. Free weights, grab dumbbells, grab the bar, do the squats. Just do the basics 4 to 5 days a week. You don't need to be there for 2 hours. My workouts are 30 minutes, man. I just do the basics. Push, pulls, sit-ups. That's it. That's it, man. Just the basics. Same thing with food. Just do the basics, man. Do you think you really need to eat a protein bar and then have a snack and then eat these nuts and then take this supplement and then have another meal and then eat this other thing and then have some supplements and then do this next thing? No, man, you don't need to do any of that stuff. You weren't built to do that stuff. You're built to work hard, freaking eat like once or twice a day at best, and eat some meat, eat some cheese, eat some bacon. That's it. Just the basics, right? That's the basics. You were meant to be fasting pretty much all the time. That's basic. That's how it goes. Basic, right? The calendars were always fasting, 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 fasting. Because we're religious people, right? Which leads into the next thing, doing the basics. Religion. You're not going to quote unquote find God if you're not going to Mass. If you're not praying every day, if you're not doing those basic things. And, oh, Rich, well, I can't pray every day. My mind gets distracted. Start training your mind basically to wake up early. I wake up early. I sit in a stiff back chair. I sit straight upright. I keep my posture in a posture that hopefully God would find appropriate. And I pray. And yeah, man, sometimes I'm distracted. But you do the same basic things day in and day out. Same thing with, going to church, going to Mass, right? Same thing. The basics. Just do the basics. Get really good at the basics. The rest follows. Like, that is the principle that'll guide your marriage, guide everything else within your life. Same thing with sales. It's like sales is not a AI mystery, and you got to do this, and it's got to be in Salesforce, and 12-week campaign, and and you got to do this, and you got to send out this newsletter, and you got to make these quirky videos, and like, what is all that stuff? The principal part. It's about relationship, right? It's about building a relationship. So doing the sales calls, going on the sales meeting, getting in front of the clients, like that all builds the relationship, that builds trust. Same thing with marriage, familiarity with God, same thing with life. Just do the basics. And that's a tough message for guys now because no one wants to do the basics because the basics suck. The basics means doing essentially the same stuff over and over and over and over again, in season and out of season, right? You're doing the same exact stuff over and over and over again. And that's monotonous, and that sucks. And the internet will tell you, and other YouTube gurus will tell you, like, oh, just do this, just do this, like, take this pill, like, use this shot, take this supplement, have this fucking retarded mindset, follow my videos, do my 6-week program, do my hard 90, do this diet, like, here's how you could find spirituality, like, you got to go on retreat, and you got to do this. No, man, just do the basics. Just do the basics. Do the basics. Do the basics. Follow the commandments. Don't sin. Go to Mass. Work on your marriage. Know your wife. Love your wife. See your wife as you two are knit together, right? Because marriage is not a state institution, right? It's good for the state. It's good for the state. Makes kids, keeps everything solid. It's a religious institution. It's religious. So in the religion, you're knitted together to become one flesh, which for some odd, twisted reason, feminists get super upset about, and a lot of, whatever we'll call them, man feminists. I don't even know what the word is. Losers? Anyway, that was not nice. But yeah, you two are one, right? You're viewing your wife as part of you. And when you start viewing her as part of you and you stop blaming her for your stupid stuff and you start leading her, everything becomes together. Well, my wife isn't doing this and I need to correct her. No, man, correct you first. Correct you first. And chances are you won't have to correct her. Oh, my kids are blah, blah, blah. Correct your kids first. Correct your wife first. Correct you first, and your kids and your wife will follow. Everything will follow. Sorry about the wind, guys. I'm out in the field. Anyway, I've been meaning to make these videos. Beautiful day, making sales calls, just doing the basics. Do the basics in life. That's it. Like, share, subscribe.